Between classes, Theron Averett Jr. walks past rooms stacked with empty desks and an off-limits area where he's heard there's an empty swimming pool. "I've never seen it," he says. He climbs a stairwell where a rainbow-colored mural carries a two-word message for Tilden High School students: dream big. Averett was one of 250 students enrolled this year at the Southside campus, which Chicago Public Schools says has room for about 1,900 students. Dwindling enrollment has cut Tilden's budget. The school now offers only a small slate of classes. Tilden's football team forfeited most of its season for a lack of players, leaving homecoming without a game to celebrate. Last year's graduating class, on average, scored 14.5 on the ACT, far short of what's considered college-ready. In Chicago, where funding follows students, Tilden is one of more than a dozen shrinking neighborhood high schools that has been starved of resources, leaving students like Averett to prepare for their futures in largely empty buildings that can make dreaming big a daily struggle. "Why should we go without because of our student body?" asked Averett, who dreams of attending college and pursuing a career in law enforcement. "I feel like it's unfair. We should get the high school treatment too. But, it is what it is." Using academic, demographic, and enrollment data in addition to criteria CPS employed to close 50 schools in 2013, the Tribune identified 17 neighborhood high schools hardest hit by dwindling enrollment and poor academics. CPS plans to close 3 of these buildings, as well as a 4th school, next year to make way for a new, consolidated high school in Englewood. The district is also considering a plan to open a charter school in another of the schools, Hirsch, next fall. The remaining schools, which include historic programs such as Marshall and Fenner, face an uncertain future. The plight of these schools is one consequence of a school choice system that offers families a wide array of options beyond the high schools that have long anchored their neighborhoods. At each of the 17 schools, students living within the attendance boundaries scattered to at least 90 different CPS high schools last year. None of the 17 campuses attract more than 13% of CPS students assigned to the school. Nearly all of these 17 high schools are deeply segregated, serving impoverished African American and Latino students who already struggle to attend and graduate from college at comparable rates to their white or Asian peers. Yet many of these schools cannot offer what are considered basic classes elsewhere, including the bare trio of science courses that will soon be part of a new district graduation requirement. Now, as many of these schools continue to shrink and Chicago approaches the end of a 5-year school closing moratorium, civic and community leaders must weigh whether some of these buildings are too small to succeed. "This is our future," said Tenora Averett, Theron's mother, a Chicago Transit Authority employee and a member of Tilden's local school council. "If we don't get it right, get it straight, we're going to be lost."